Hello, Patriots. Do you believe that the NBA is an LGBTQ league? What am I talking about? Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary, where we take a look at today's political shenanigans and issues from a senior conservative viewpoint. Before we jump in, if you wouldn't mind, give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. These little things really do help us grow the channel and get the message out. Well, let's talk about the case of Jared Ivey, a Christian young man who happened to be on the roster of the Chicago Bulls. And he made a comment on his Instagram page about the National Basketball Association honoring, quote, Pride Month. And he basically said that it was unrighteous. Okay. Now, you've got Steve Kerr casting boulders at President Trump. Nothing's done. You've got the coach of the San Antonio Spurs throwing stones at President Trump. Nothing. But this fine young Christian man says that celebrating LGBTQ and Pride Month, well, that's not something that a Christian should celebrate. And the Bulls didn't fine him, didn't sanction him, didn't suspend him. They fired him. They cut him. They released him. And his future in the NBA now is quite uncertain. Well, my question is this. What if a Muslim player had made these comments? You think the reaction would be the same? I don't. Only in this country now, when it's so unpopular among the liberal elitists to be Christian, could this happen? But I predict to you, ladies and gentlemen, a huge backlash is going to happen because of what this young man did, and he stood for his principles. I want you to take a look at the following clip from the Will Cain Show. And in that clip, you're going to see a video of exactly what the young man said. And then I want you to share your thoughts with us in the comments.
Chicago Bulls release Jaden Ivey in what the headlines describe as an anti-gay or anti-LGBTQ post. Jaden Ivey, no scrub, no longer in the NBA because of a position that is widely held in almost every major religion across the globe. Plus, the future of Western civilization with Bishop Robert Barron. It is Will Cain Country, streaming live at the Will Cain Country YouTube channel, the Will Cain Facebook page. You can always follow us at Spotify or on Apple. Tinfoil Pat, two-a-days, Dan, yours truly here on a Tuesday where the headlines scream that Chicago Bulls, Jaden Ivey is no longer employed. And as it was described, Patrick, to me this morning on the phone by Dan, because of anti-LGBTQ statements that he made. That's how it was characterized by you, Dan, and that's how it's characterized in the headlines this morning.
You guys were talking together?
I mean, huh?
Without me?
We were talking without me. Without you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, buddy.
Yes. You didn't answer, man.
Yeah.
I did a
twice.
group call. You didn't answer.
I didn't get a call.
Well,
that's a you problem, not a us problem.
Must have been your 12 hours of work
Yeah.
that you just caught up in.
I jump in. He's like, wait, you guys were talking without me? Yeah, and I didn't know anything about this Jaden Ivey story. And then Dan tells me, yeah, Jaden Ivey got released by the Bulls. I'm like, why? He's like, well, he made some anti-LGBTQ statements. And I'm like, by the way, immediately my antennas went up. Yeah. And I'm like, what did he say? Yeah, that statement in of itself characterizes the story, frames your mind. And for the vast majority of people out there that hear this story today, maybe it hits their X feed, maybe it scrolls across their TikTok reel. That's how it's going to be framed. And man, that is how information is internalized. I don't know if it's a reflection of the modern day attention span or the modern day media economy, but the headline increasingly is everything, because who even gets beyond the headline? So if you call something anti-gay or anti-LGBTQ, then that's what it is. And it's hard to even get to the actual statement. It feels like critical thinking to even go, well, what did he say? But that's what you should do. And I think what he said, even if at the end of this you say it's anti-gay, it's anti-LGBTQ, well, then I think that's still only the beginning of the conversation. I don't think it's the end. And I think this is really, in the end, not good for the NBA. So the story from the Daily Signal reads as follows. The Chicago Bulls waived guard Jaden Ivey after he called out the NBA for its celebration of Pride Month. The Bulls denounced Ivey's departure on Monday, quote, due to conduct detrimental to the team. I'm reading from the Daily Signal, which is going to put this in more neutral terms than what you will see from almost every other mainstream outlet. But that's fine, because what you need to do is judge this based upon the actual statements from Jaden Ivey. Here is what he posted in a video. He said, the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on billboards. They proclaim it on the streets, unrighteousness. So how is it that one can speak? How is it that one can't speak righteousness? Who are they to say that this man is crazy? Dan has the actual video.
The world can proclaim LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness.